Can I get a moment of your time? All right. Bankhead, I see you, partner. From the interviews to the news to your favorite tunes, you cannot lose when you're tuned into Straight Out the Trunk Radio. Hit me, From the interviews to the news, plus your favorite tunes, straight out the trunk, they got what you want now. Get your body go to sleep, and when you brush your teeth, when you first wake up, turn your radio up. Straight out the trunk now. Straight out the trunk. You are now listening to Straight Out the Trunk. Put your seat back, turn your radio up. It's Straight Out the Trunk. You are now tuned in and you're rocking with the best. Straight Out the Trunk. Everybody tuned in, let me hear you say Straight Out the Trunk. 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 Straight out the trunk.
Lamar Park in the house. Yeah. Y'all heard that right there. You feel me? That's Godspeed. Nurd out right now. That's that running. Go check that shit out. Y'all heard it. Y'all heard, yeah. She here. Lamar Park in the motherfucking house. Yeah. It's your boy Bank has the name, Straight Out Trunk Radio. Make sure you follow us, SODTR_. Follow me personally, Bankhead _ the name. Got another dope ass interview with another dope ass artist, Lamar Park in the motherfucking house. Woo. We got Nurd.
Let's get it.
What it do? Songwriter, poet, singer, hey, vocalist. What you need? She got it for you. She here. Yeah. She back.
I'm back.
First time in the new spot too, you know? Yeah. So welcome.
Yes, thank you for having me in the new spot.
Appreciate it for pulling up. Hey man, very vulnerable EP or album.
Yeah.
Is it EP album?
EP.
It's a very vulnerable EP. Very vulnerable. It's like alright. The D&D, I really wanted to ask, why you calling niggas at 2 a.m.?
I was calling a girl at 2 a.m.
Oh, it was a girl?
Yes.
Okay. I was like, what was like 2 a.m. like drunk? What's going on?
It was a situation at my ex. She was running around being like with her friends and stuff at 2 a.m. I was really feeling lonely. Like, you should be with me. Kind of, telling her really how I feel.
Was you drunk too?
Yeah, I was.
Like you want somebody to drive drunk to you, or you gonna drive drunk to them?
I might drive Uber. I might go Uber drunk. I'm an
Uber
drunk.
Okay. All right, I like that. But this is soulful. It is real R&B.
Thank
Real
you.
R&B. It's I could see some videos in the rain.
Yes.
Yeah, I can see some videos in the rain.
Yeah,
I like it. The name Godspeed. Can you just talk about the name Godspeed?
Yeah, so the name Godspeed came to me, like, I'm a real lover of words, just as a writer. So, you know, if you know the word Godspeed, and back in, like, the medieval times, they used to say that when you say goodbye to something or someone. But also, if you break down the words, they're two separate things. So, God, of course, and speed. And when I was writing this project, it was a lot of mishaps. A lot of things were happening. This was actually 3 years in the making. So I remember I was praying about it. I was like, I'm about to give up. Like, this is it. I can't do this. And literally God, like, was talking to me. He was like, it's not working because you're not moving at my pace. Like, you're not moving at my speed. So I was like, whoa. Okay, it's got to be the name because really it's kind of what encompasses the whole theme of the project.
When you said he wasn't moving at his speed, was you moving too slow or moving too fast?
I was moving too fast.
Too fast.
I was like, I recorded the first version of Godspeed about 2 years ago, and I was ready to put it out like the day it was done. I was like, okay, we're going to do this, do that, and shout out to Player Records, my team at the time. They were like, yeah, we're going to do it, and then my engineer lost the files. So I was like, okay, but thank God, like, I'm quick on my feet. We recorded again. He loses the files again. So I'm like, am I moving too fast? Am I not?
You got to switch engineers and people like, fuck that. Like, that.
No,
nigga.
he good people. He just
That's
like.
2 strikes, 3, 1 more nigga. One fucking more nigga. You, hey.
That's the Jake to my fed. Like, that's my dog.
Hey. I'm taking the files every time I'm leaving. I ain't leaving that shit with you no more.
But that was a lesson to me. Like, have your hard drive ready. Like, so, it got deleted twice, and I was just moving too fast. Like, okay, it's done. I want to put it out tomorrow. Okay, cool. Video. And then, like, it was just a lot. It was becoming a lot of pressure. It was becoming a lot on my team. And it just, at that point, I was just like, okay, like, whatever you want me to do, I'm going to do it. I'm going to move when you tell me to move. So we recorded it one last time, and it was flawless. And, like, I went back and got rid of some songs, went back and rewrote some things. And it came out together beautifully, and that's when I kind of knew that feeling like, okay, now you can put it out. Now you got time. Now you can put out a rollout and all type of stuff. So,
rollout of Godspeed, bravo, nigga, motherfucking bravo.
Thank you.
Yeah. I seen the whole rollout. I was like, these newsletters. I'm like, what is she posting now? I had to catch up. I'm like, oh, this is a rollout to something. I'm like, okay. I'm like, she promoting a show or something, but I'm like, every time you did a newsletter or a newspaper or like feed, it was like you at a show, you doing an interview, you promoting your Godspeed, the album, the singles. So I had to catch up on that, but no, the rollout was flawless.
Thank you.
It was very.
Many people were mad at me though, because my first one I put like missing. Everybody's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "It's a rollout. Just chill out. Y'all gonna see. Y'all gonna see."
Oh, hey, that's that. They tuned in and worried about you though. And when I first heard Godspeed, I'm like, God's timing.
Yes.
That's all. When I heard that, I was like, Godspeed. I'm like, it's all on God's timing.
Absolutely.
And you want to give up, and he's like, just record again, because I'm guaranteed that when you had to re-record shit, you probably rewrote some verses, some lines, and you also had some new perspectives on some things.
Yeah.
You might have healed from shit that you already,
This project was a lot of healing within itself, and then what's so crazy, like you said, I went back, rewrote some things. I went back and re-sang some things. I had one of my good friends, shout out to Key. He came in and started vocal producing.
I was going to ask you about that. Like, can you talk about that real quick, the vocal producing of the project?
So, I've been like you said before, it was a lot of R&B because I wanted to take it back a little bit but still keep myself. And I studied a lot of Brandy during these 3 years. So, I'm like, I need stacks. I need harmonies to be on point. I need octaves to be on point. Everything, just little things here and there. And like I said, he came in and he heard the first version. He was like, you're not using your voice enough. Like, people don't know that you can actually sing and do things with your voice. And I'm like, okay, so what do you have in mind? And we was in that studio for hours, going in, taking in stuff, adding little things here, and it just sounds, like, sonically cohesive. And I was like, oh, I think I found the Rodney Darchilds to my Brandy. Thank you.
Yeah. Sounds great.
Thank you.
Well, you was talking about, seeing the clip, you was talking about vocal production, and I was like, so he helped you train like vocally.
Yeah.
He helped you with melodies and stuff like that as well.
Yeah. Like I had the bass melodies, but he would go in and be like the backgrounds. He would be like, okay, try this melody for the backgrounds. Try to push yourself here. Try to tone it down here. And you know, as artists, we second guess ourselves a lot. So I'm like, I don't know why I didn't think about that before. And he's like, because you're second guessing yourself. You know you want to do it. Just go what naturally feels good to you. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, you know what? You're an evil genius. You're an evil genius.
All right. Is this project 100% written by you?
Yes.
Hey, that's
yes.
fire.
100% independent, 100% written by me.
Do you ever just go in there and like punch in, like how rappers punch in? Do you go in there like punch in singing?
Yeah, Running was the one I punched in. It was the last song that I added to the project, and I went in there punching in. Like I barely wrote the lyrics, and I was like, I'm just gonna go with it. And my engineer was like, kind of looking at me like, oh, okay. I'm like, I had to get some things off my chest that time. So.
What's that studio like vibe like for you though? Are you a big candle woman? Are you a crystals woman? You need that incense lit? Like what does that look like for you?
It's very chill. I don't bring crystals, but like what I'll do, I'll have prayer before. Like we all come in here in one mind, one body, one sound. I might have I love lighting. Lighting is really big to me, so I might turn it a different color. I might turn it all the way off. I might turn it down depending on my mood. And we just go in there and vibe out. We might have a candle. We might not have a candle. It's just about like going in for me and really knowing that these 4 hours, these 8 hours, these 6 hours, this is your time to tell your story. What you gonna say, what you gonna walk out with. So it's pretty chill in there. People come in there like the most you'll see is like food and maybe some like a little drink here and there. But
how many sessions did this project when it got like fully finished? Was this like a one-time session or this was multiple?
It was 3 sessions.
3 sessions.
So
okay.
I recorded the main songs first, and then the third session I came in. Shout out to Gianni, my good friend. He did the interlude. He was the detective. That you see at the end of D&D and also throughout the project. So he came in, did his lines. I was like, okay. He came in and added a few things, and then, three times the charm. We got that right on out of there.
The project's good. I like the song placements. Like each song goes with follows suit, and you got the voice file from mom's. Mm-hmm. She's very proud of you. You know. Like, is it ever hard for you to share your music with your mother? Because it is vulnerable shit.
At first. But it's kind of things she already knows about. Because me and my mother, I'm her only child. We're very close. Okay. So it's like, okay, these are things, scenarios you already know, but it may not be that deep. It's like D&D. She knew I had an ex-girlfriend, but she didn't know, like, why we broke up and what happened. So she was kind of like, oh.
So how much of this project is like dedicated to her?
D&D.
Just that song.
D&D. For me, the project that I wanted to make a story. So that's the catalyst. Like you ever see a movie, you be like, oh, that's where it started. Mm-hmm. I want someone to be like, oh, when they listen to Godspeed and anything from that point, that's where it started. That's where her brain started turning. So shout out to her. Thank you for the inspiration behind D&D. We still cool, so.
She's
still cool.
All right, fine. She an artist or anything like that?
Yeah, she's a singer.
Okay.
She's a singer.
Do I know her?
No.
Okay. All right. Are you? Let me ask you this: are you missing or running? And can you explain that to the people? Because I was like missing, like nigga, like missing, like what do you mean missing? Like, cause when you kidnap me, nigga, like, or like running, cause I'm like running. I get from the concept running. You running from yourself, running from your problems, and running away. But missing, what's that?
So it's a story. So at the beginning, I get my heart broken. I kind of go into my shell, and like you said, running is the track afterwards. So I'm running from my pain. So it goes from missing to running. It's like, is she really missing? It's like, no, I'm running from my problems. And y'all just on the journey where, it's an outside perspective. Like, the people who listened to this and, like, quote-unquote family when I was going through that time had no idea what I was going through. So they were kind of, like, not in the know. But when they got to know more what was going on, they're like, oh, That's what happened. And the crazy part about it, Godspeed is, this is the first part. So it's a whole story we got to get through.
Is that other story already recorded?
Some of it
okay.
Some of it is.
What made you stop running? Like, when was that point in your mind or life that you was like, I'm going to stop running?
When I realized running only creates more problems. Like, you got to face the problem head on, or it's going to start spewing out more and more and more, and it's going to go into everything you do. So that's what that's what this project really represents for me. It's like, okay, we stopped running. We're not, well, according to the songs, we're not done yet, but when we get to that point, everybody's going to be like, oh, okay. She's facing herself head on.
Understand. All right, I like that. Producers on this album.
Cruel Intentions, one of my best friends from middle school. Her and shout out to Nike. They produced Butterflies, one of the biggest right now going on the project. Dior, he's in Atlanta. What's his? I always mess up his name. QSO. He's in Atlanta as well. So a lot of outside production. But, like, just that soulful vibe. Like, I just wanted to find people like, oh, you listen to the same R&B I do, and now you get it.
So you said Brandy over the last, 3 years. Mm-hmm. What did you study with Brandy? Like, what's some of your favorite songs of Brandy?
I'll say particularly the album I studied was Full Moon.
Full Moon?
Full Moon.
I gotta listen to that. I can't say I'm a biggest Brandy fan.
I implore you to go back and listen.
I'm a Moesha fan, but
yeah, right. And I watched Moesha during this time too.
Okay.
And Full Moon, if you listen to it, you can tell like it changed the game of 2000s R&B. Like before that, it was like not as much vocal stacking, not as much harmonizing that futuristic, that cohesive sound. So when I went back and studied it, I was like, oh wow. Now everything past that point, I could see where they kind of took bits and pieces from this album and was like, okay, let me let it work for me. So I did the same thing. Like, okay, let me listen to it. I listened to it front, back, sideways, out of order, just to see all angles of it. So.
Okay. I forgot what tracks you talked about, but you said maturity's overrated.
Yeah.
Why you say that? Why is maturity overrated?
It's overrated. I think at the time, well, even now, you know how you have some people in their life, they be like, they think they're just the most mature thing. You're like, you're not mature. You just don't deal with your shit. And that's what I meant. Like, maturity is overrated. Like, I'm allowed to be however I am in my emotion. Not just because I'm an adult, because I just turned 30 a month ago. Everybody's like, oh, well, now that you're 30, I'm like, no, my emotions still stand. Yeah, I got to be a little smarter how I deal with them, but for them to just say, suck it up, and it's overrated. Maturity is overrated.
I agree with how you just explained it, because it don't matter how old you are, and your maturity your level could be at a fucking middle schooler. You could be 45 years old, or so right. I totally get what you're saying. Or even just on like the love level as well. You could be 40 something, but you still acting like you're 20 something. Yes. So I get what you're saying like that. I agree. Maturity is overrated. Fuck it. I agree. I'm trying to think of like ways it's not, but that works. You right. So how do you deal with your shit? Like, for the past 3 years with creating this album, how have you been dealing with your insecurities, building yourself up, running away from yourself? We all do it. We all do it. If you say you don't, you're not mature. That's the maturity of rage shit. You feel me? So, how do you deal with all your emotions for the last 3 years and shit like that? Because
right,
growth. You gotta grow.
Yes.
And it's an art. You're an artist, and that could affect your artistry in some type of way.
Because I was at that point where I was like, I want to grow as an artist because it's so much of who I am. But I dealt with it like I went to therapy. I wrote it out, sang it out, screamed it out. Like, there's a version of running where I'm literally screaming. And everybody's like, oh, and I'm just like, I'm upset right now. Just facing the problem head on, being more honest with myself and others. So I used to, working on being a people pleaser, so I used to be like, no, something don't bother me. And it's like, deep down, something like that shit pissed me off. And that has helped tremendously. I'm like, oh, I should have did this a lot sooner. But just writing it out, talking it out, like my therapist at the time, not giving a fuck really to pour myself out there. I think, as people and artists, we sometimes shun away from that because we're like, what is everybody else gonna think? Now, like they say, when you get older, your I don't give a F meter comes on. It started to turn. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, fuck what these people think.
Pretty much.
What would they say? All that. It don't matter. Fuck them.
Fuck them.
Keep that shit on at all times. Never turn that shit off. That's what they be like, oh, you mean? I'm like, I ain't mean. I'm just like, I don't give a fuck. I'm direct.
Like your uncle. Fuck him. Fuck him.
Real shit. Fuck them. This whole rollout of this project, you've been out. You've been performing. You've been at events. You've been networking, and I'm glad to see that. And that's what it takes. Because I feel like, I know you felt like your hard work is paying off from the reception of people receiving this project.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like when you're in the thick of it, you don't see it. And when you take like a half a second to step back, you're like, wow, okay. Yeah, I just realized in writing this project, I'm like, if I wanted to have the results, I gotta be out there. And I'm naturally like an outgoing, introverted, extroverted person. So I'm like, I like to meet people, but at the same time, I like to be in my house. And I was like, no, it's going to take, out there and telling people about this album, having them getting to see that rollout. Because like we talked about before, the rollout, so many people were like, oh, you're the one with the newspaper. And I'm like, oh, okay, I reached it, cool. I'm glad to see the reception. I'm glad that I'm meeting people that align with the vision and also just have nothing but nice things, encourage and love to say. It's so nice. It's like, oh, a warm hug. Cool.
How did your team come up with this whole rollout, plan,
So, I'll be honest, it's 100% me.
Okay.
So, my 9 to 5, I was thinking, for D&D, because that was the first single, I did, the whole little setup in my house with the backdrop, with the lights. I was like, okay, cool, but once I drop D&D, how am I going to link this to the story? As a kid, I loved writing stories. Writing is one of my first loves. So I'm like, girl, bring back that imagination. Everybody, music, everybody wants to be so, serious.
True that, yeah.
Let's bring a little fantasy in the room. Let's bring back storytelling a little bit. And I was like, if I could do anything, what would I do? And I'm like, one of the movies I love, Gone Girl. I'm like, Gone Girl.
Gone Girl. I never seen that shit.
You gotta see it.
Who that with?
I think it's Blake Lively. I haven't seen it in so long. But also, I think about other shows, we grew up, not grew up on, but Pretty Little Liars, things like
Gone.
that.
I think I know what you're talking about. I just never seen it. I know what you're talking about. Okay, yeah, okay.
So it was those, that mystery, that Sherlock Holmes. I went back and listened to the old radio show, from the 50s of Sherlock Holmes, and I was like, oh, this is cool.
Ben Affleck.
Yep.
Neil Patrick.
If you watch Sherlock Holmes and Daughter, it's a pretty good series on Prime or Max. It's one of those two.
Okay, I got
to check that. And also Holmes with Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah, check that out.
He's one of my favorites.
All right, Sherlock Holmes. I like shit like that. All right, and you said in the 50s?
Yeah, in the 50s. You go to YouTube and type in Sherlock Holmes radio show, before television was invented.
Yeah.
They listen to it on the radio. There'll be weekly episodes. And that's where I kind of got the inspiration for the detective and the rollout. And if there's a couple of radio things on my page where it's you hear the radio sound as the detective talking. Even from the rollout, I created a number that people could text, and it'll be clues to what shows I'm going to, what's coming out this week, what y'all think. A couple people participated, but the way it rolled out so dope, it's coming back. So,
I'll keep that for your weekly or monthly newsletters for singles and shit like that. Yeah. Keep that data. Yeah, that's all data collecting right there. That's smart. What's your thoughts right now on the state of R&B?
I'm glad to see that we got some heavy hitters coming.
Let me rephrase that. What's your stance on like underground R&B right now? Because like mainstream is mainstream. Like I want to know like about like
we need to
hype it up a little
bit
underground R&B scene, because there is some dope people out there that can sing and really do some R&B.
They just need to be heard. I feel like we just need to be heard because we got our own lane, especially in LA. Like I know so many singers that are dope. And I be like, who do we need to get to hear you? Because it's like, I don't know, you know, somebody said this yesterday when we were at the event. They were like, COVID ruined everything. I'm like, man, the open mics back in the day and just being out there, they're coming back, but not in the same way. We just need a voice, and you know, a lot of people just need to get out their head.
Yeah, it's like there's a lot of talent out here, and it's like, man, R&B. Even though R&B was a big thing, you all right over there? Okay. See your eyes get big in your mouth. I was like, what's going on? Word.
Me?
R&B, like, but no, R&B back in the day, and I say early 2000s, it was so big, and it was so like assisted with hip hop. And hip hop, I feel like they shied away from like the natural R&B because the auto tunes came around and says like I'm gonna do it myself. You know, I'm gonna sing my chorus now versus I'm gonna go get a actual singer, that R&B singer that could do it.
I agree.
You know, and but we have so many R&B singers that's actually gifted, that can sing, that has songs that end melodies and to get out there. I just don't know how to. I just don't know how to get them out there. We can do open mics, but it's like
everybody is willing to collaborate. Like I love collaboration. I love when somebody asks me to get on their song. Like, and it's like we just gotta get back to that root, because without R&B there will be no hip hop. Without hip hop elevating, there will be no like evolution of it.
I think it's probably too. They think it's too competition, like too competitive. Like I want to oversing you. I don't know. I gotta get into R&B rooms and talk to these niggas and see.
I grew up old school R&B, old school gospel, Pentecostal. If you not outdoing the person on the solo and you not going back and forth in that natural rhythm, what are you doing?
True. And that's another thing right there. When you just said, like, just being like, there's not that many people that it comes from the church no more. Or, like, because there's all the people, like, back in the day, they're like, oh, I used to do solos in church. You know, some of these people just get on the mic and like, I can sing, I can do a harmony, and they start singing, but like, damn. No. Did you ever do shit in church? No.
I had my first solo at 3.
Did you do choir in school? No. You know, I'm like, damn, but it's like you can hear it in they songs, because you don't hear no range, you don't hear no stacks, you don't hear no falsettos, you don't hear all that shit. Yeah, you don't hear. I'm like, it's not natural. Yeah, it's skill, it's natural shit. Like, oh man, I miss that shit. And you be like, oh, like he sing like, that boy was in church. Right. You like, he was on church on Sundays, like what he's singing.
I got the best compliment yesterday before our event at the show I did. One of the panelists who I was on the panel with, she said, I could hear the old school gospel. I could hear the old school Mary J. Blige. When she said that, I said, you are probably the only person that ever said that to me. I was like, and you get it. She was like, no, I hear it. And she's like, please, like, keep putting it out. We need more of that. And I'm like, do we need to do group vocal lessons? Like, do we need to get, like,
you need to cry in the rain or something. I'm telling you, bring the rain back into crying. Crying in the rain.
Crying, yeah.
You know,
shirt open.
With whatchamacallit, with the raindrops going down the window, and you just crying, you just looking at the window.
Well, they're not singing in the rain no more. They're
not doing that no more. They budgets ain't like that no more. All right, what's some red flags and green flags you like about working with artists, like collaboration? Since you love collaboration, like what's some red flags and green flags?
Okay, red flags. I don't like, I like confidence, but I don't like arrogance. Like, we in here together, we in here to collaborate. You don't know everything. You be open to criticism, be open to, like, suggestions. Because if that's the case, you will be topping the charts. And yeah, I don't like that. Red flags, like people in the studio that come to me, I am pretty much like, I'm not going to tell you not to smoke. But I'm going to be like, for me, because I don't like it, like, can you step to the side or whatever? And if you give me that look, I'm going to be like, no respect. None.
Smoking in the booth.
Yeah, like, no, like, everybody's voice is different. Some people can handle that. Some people can't. I can't handle that. So it's like, no, can you, like, just step to the side real quick. I understand. The last red flag is being late.
Oh, hell yeah. I hate late people.
Being late.
I don't hate late people, but I just like the lateness. Like, damn, show some respect.
So, 10, maybe 5 to 10. I understand. With proper communication.
Oh, communication's good, yeah, but 25 to 30 to an hour, like, communication still, I don't give a fuck, you gotta be fucked up.
Like, tell me what's going on, because I'm sitting, like, we could be sitting here and we may have, the studio is limited time. I don't know about everybody, but I work a 9 to 5, so this is my hard-earned check.
Yep.
Making sure we good, like, please just do respect. Green flags, I like people that come and like to have fun. They open, they like, okay, we bouncing off each other. I like people that have good studio etiquette, like polite. Like, you ever be in this, I know you've been in a lot of studios before, like, it's just like, when I'm in the booth, like, and you know the mic is on, don't be screaming, don't be yelling, don't be loud, don't be, no, none of that. None of that. But green flag, come in there with polite etiquette. And the last one, like, even if you don't have a suggestion, come with something.
Facts. Be an asset.
Yes.
Some type of way.
And if you're not, get out.
Oh, that's fact. So, say a rapper invites you to his studio session for a collab, and he's smoking in there. Mm-hmm. Are you going to be like, excuse me, sir? Can you put that out if you want this feature? No,
I'm going to just tell him, like, hey, like, the smoke affects my voice. I know this your session, but if you mind when I go in there, just clear it out a little bit.
Oh, okay.
I'm not disrespectful. Like, if it's my session.
Wait till she gets some money and a hit single. Hey, nobody smoking in my shit. Hey,
my engineer,
put that shit out. Kick him out.
I know. I do it to my engineer. He laughs about it. Like, he'll start smoking, and I'll just look at him, and I'll be like, "Can you not do that right now?" And he'd be like, okay, I'm like, you need a smoke break? I'm up for a smoke break. Y'all need a break?
Yeah, I can see you giving. He rolling up. You just giving him nines. He could just feel it like, oh, she looking at me.
He do. He look at me. He be like,
oh, she looking at me like.
And I'm just looking at him like, and he like, can I take a 5 minute? I'm like, take a 5 minute. I'm all for smoke breaks because I get it, but just it affects my voice. I start sounding hoarse. I start feeling. I get contact high, and yeah, that's fun when I'm not singing, but dang.
I feel you. It was BET weekend this past weekend. How was your experience out here?
I didn't go to too much because I had some family things to deal with, but I went to the celebrity basketball game. Lit. I actually met one of my favorite songwriters, Brittany B. She writes for Chris Brown, Robert Glasper. She writes for everybody. I actually met her, and she was so sweet. I was very shy to talk to her. And my friend was like, go say something to her. And I'm like, I don't know. These people at the event, I don't want to be one of those. Because where we was is right where the celebrities were walking onto the court. And everybody on the stands was like rushing. Mm-hmm. Each time they seen somebody. And I was just like, this is irritating.
So when you see somebody like a Brittany B or just a songwriter or an artist, R&B, somebody that you like or fuck with, do you automatically just fan out?
No.
So, what is your elevator pitch?
I might internally freak out, just like fan out just a little bit, but I'm like,
Because what hesitates you from not going up there and be like, yo, Brittany B, I'm a songwriter too. I'll fuck with your shit. Check out my shit. Godspeed. Out right now, nigga.
That was perfect. I'm still very shy. I'm still very much nerd. Like, that name is very intact to who I am. So I'm like, But the way I went up to her, I actually went, like, they were practicing. They were getting ready to start the game. And she was standing to the side. And I, like, waved at her first so she could get my attention. I was like, hi. My name is Nurd. I just want to let you know I love your work. I love what you do. I've been following you for a long time. I respect what you've done with 1,500 Academy. You know, I read and I get my little homework.
Yeah, if you know some homework about it, that's even better for the conversation.
So she was lighting up, and I was like, just thank you for being an inspiration. Thank you for inspiring me as a songwriter. She was like, oh my God, are you, like, what do you sing? I'm like, R&B. She got my Instagram. She got my, like...
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm a very sweet girl, and I feel like me and sweet always gonna win. Because even, like, for example, my friend who I was with, she loves Huncho. And Huncho came out, and she was like, get a picture with me. And he was so nice, because he seen me taking a picture. He was like, do you want a picture? And I'm like, no. And she's like, yes, you do. And he's like, come on, man. I'm like, okay, thank you, Mr. Huncho. Thank you, Mr. Huncho.
That's funny.
I said, I know this is an old song, but I said, but that song with Summer Walker is a joint. He started laughing. He was like, okay, you know what's up. I'm like, I'm not very much like, they're still people. That's how I be thinking. Like, so, those who are known in the game are still people.
Fuck that. Go get that shit. No, they are still people, but fuck that. Go get that shit. Like yesterday before the Sirius XM event, right? I was walking up in the alley. Guess who? I seen get into a fucking Uber X Black.
Who?
Ludacris.
Oh.
And I was walking on my phone. I look up. I was like. Like, I wanted to say Luke. Like, I didn't get that chance because he looked up and he might seen a big nigga walking and like, oh, I'm about to get in this motherfucking car type shit. But I was like, Luke. I had my whole motherfucking like elevator pitch because I interviewed his radio co-host Poon Dagger earlier this year, and they still cool. Like, so I was gonna be like, yo. Go check out my interview with Poon Dagger. I was gonna give him my whole spiel. You feel me? I was gonna FaceTime Poon. Like, hold on, nigga, I got Poon right here, nigga. Like, I was trying to get that connection with that nigga Luda. I was like, cause I was like, Luda. He's like top 3 of my motherfucking favorite rappers. So I was like, I was about to go through it. Like, chicken the beer, let's talk about a nigga like Red Light District, nigga.
You know we couldn't have our phones, but when Ty was walking by, I did scream. I was like, I love your wife. Thank you so much. You're amazing. And he was like, dang. I was like, I'm going to take this chance. I ain't got no phone. I'm going to scream at you now.
Something. Yeah, exactly.
Let us get a little notebook and write our Instagrams and give it to him or something.
Yeah, or get a little autograph or something, nigga, shit. But yeah, I seen that shit. I was like, Luda. So I was I had my whole elevator pitch, all that. I was like, I'm going to say Poon Dagger, all that. That was my intro.
That's crazy. That's crazy, but that's smart though. See,
but you gotta know. But also, there's rules to that type of shit. You got if you approach somebody and you do your homework. You said do your homework on somebody. You feel me? Because I remember one event I called what's his name? DJ Bootleg Kev. I called Bootleg Kev DJ Felly Fell, and I was like. And I was like, I know this is Bootleg Kev. I know it. But I was like, why did I call him Felly Fell? I was like, why the fuck did I do that? He was like, nah, bro. I'm Bootleg Kev. I'm like, I know that.
But it came out so fast.
Came out so I was like, Felly Fell. I was like, why did I even say that?
No,
and it was crazy. I was like, yeah. I was like, damn. Lesson learned, nigga.
I'm crying.
So I think he still knows about that because when he sees me sometimes, he just you know,
a little side
eye sometimes. But it's all good though. Shout out Bootleg Kev.
Well.
Yeah.
You meant well.
Yeah, I did, but I was so confident with it too, though. You feel me? Confident. What up, Felly Bell? Nah, bro. Bootleg Kev. Shit. Yeah. I was like,
cringe.
Like, I'm not even gonna say good shit on your shit. I'm just gonna be like,
I just go home.
You right, bro. You right, bro. I didn't go home, but I was definitely in the shell. I was definitely in the shell for the rest of the night. Like, I'm not even gonna talk to nobody. Where the homie at? You feel me? Oh, bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I was confident. That's the worst. I butcher people's name all the time though, so hey, don't get me wrong.
Right.
And I'll say it confidently too, like, hey, it's like I did with Bootleg Kev, yeah.
That's so
it's all
funny.
good though. For the rest of the year, are we pushing Godspeed or are we coming out with a second EP?
For the rest of the year we are pushing Godspeed. We got visuals, we got other content coming. But next year, like I said, it's the first one, so I'm going to just say this, pay attention.
You going to do any remixes to the songs for people?
I was thinking about it. I was, like, you know how, like, some albums may do the remix versions? I'm thinking heavily on doing that. Because there's just too much talent out here, and I like to give shine to other people. So it's like, if you get on the track, here, let's put my chorus on and do what you do. Like,
yeah, facts. Do an open verse challenge or some shit like that. That'd be lit. You got these songs, but do that short form content.
Yes.
Try to put out 100 pieces of songs.
I did that for Sunday Freestyle last year, and I did like a competition, and like I gave a prize. Like I gave people like $100, and 3 people were the best, and they were like, "Oh, you ain't got it." I was like, "Here you go, you did the best," and they were like, "Oh my god, it was so much fun." I might do that again.
Love that. Godspeed for the rest of the year.
Yes,
new visuals.
It's a story.
I can't wait. I want to see some remix. Yeah, I want to hear somebody on there. I do want to hear some rappers on there. I do want to hear some rappers. I do want to hear some rappers. So I want to see that R&B with that.
Because this is a no feature EP, which I didn't expect for it to be like that. But it's a no feature, so I'm like,
no features, all Nurd. I'm just saying, hey, but if you do some features, I'm saying like get some R&B, it's not R&B, some hip hop niggas to get in their R&B bag, talk about some shit like that.
Yes.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yes.
Like Running, I can see.
Oh, definitely. I want somebody. If I do a remix, I probably will do it. I want like hip hop heads on Running.
Okay. I fuck with that. Since you like in this healing process and shit like that. What was like a affirmation quote you was living by to keep going?
Ooh, I live by so many. Of course, the best one was Nip. It's a marathon. I think, like I said, in the process of making it, I was rushing it so bad. So I also have like one of the books, like it's not his official autobiography, but it's one of them. Everybody writes one. And it was like having his quotes at the beginning, and it was like, it's a marathon. And I remember reading that like towards like the end, and I was like, okay, it's a sign. And Nip is one of my favorite rappers, so I'm like, all right, let me take the philosophy, let me take my time, let me not look over here, let me not worry about, am I moving too slow? Everybody's gonna forget like, the momentum, because there were people in my ear like, Nerd, you got your momentum. You need to just capitalize on it. I'm like, what's meant for me will be for me.
Oh, yeah, no, that's facts. Yeah, can't let those people keep talking. You'll be like, hold on.
They was trying.
Hold on, this is my time. I know what I'm doing. I'm trying to sleep peacefully.
There was people like I said, this rollout was 100% me. Like, there was people when I put out the rollout, they were like, the rollout's okay. You shouldn't do it. It gives the whole like missing thing that's a little weird, and I'm like, it's fun. Like I don't know if you read the headlines or the paragraphs.
It's not your career. It's not your life. It's not your Instagram.
Right.
Don't give a fuck. Turn that on.
Exactly. I told you that thing. It started turning. I said, no.
Shut the fuck up. Especially if you're another artist, you ain't dropped no shit in 2 years. Hold up. Shut your ass up.
Because once you drop that idea, they're gonna pick that shit up and then claim it as it.
What's so crazy? Oh, I'm so sad about this. One of my favorite artists, I tweeted about this like 2 weeks ago. One of my favorite artists, she, not from here, she from the South. She posted a very similar looking rollout picture with the whole missing.
Name the artist. Who this chick?
Oh God, Princess Richie. I love her still. Shout out to her. But
shout out Princess Richie. You ain't a trick, but I'll just have to make it seem right.
But it was a moment where I was like, "Am I tripping?" And I sent it to like my best friend, and she said, "Whoa. I've never seen anybody do this but you. What
you know what you should do? You should put a side by side and be like, am I tripping?
I did.
And you posted it on your page?
Not on my page.
Oh, yes.
Only on my close friends I did.
Oh, you want to post on the close friends, nigga. No, post that on the page and let the people in the world know. Am I tripping? And it's, even though you don't mean no harm, you just want to know.
I know. I'm like, I love her so much. I'm like, girl, come on, let's collab.
That can happen. I'm saying, just who knows? Think about it. Smoke on it, drink on it. You feel me? Go take a walk on it. Let me know.
But that was my first real time of something like that happened to me. But it's like
still in the rollout.
Yeah, but you know what? Everybody, shout out to Ray, shout out to Caesar, shout out to my tribe. Everybody's just like, that's how you know you're doing the right thing. I'm like, oh,
that's real. That's real. Somebody that you look up to or like you want to collab with that got a little more higher in the ups than you, and you see some shit like that, see on your timeline. Somebody on her or see him on your timeline.
Yeah.
Or your shit got on their timeline.
Yes.
That's what it is. Your shit got on their timeline. They was like,
that's kind of cool.
That's cool. They start going through your page. Because I went through your whole fucking Instagram. And you probably deleted a lot of shit or like archived a lot of shit. Because this whole rollout is all newsletters. All about what you're doing in now. So
yeah, I went back and archived a lot of my previous stuff. And that was so hard in itself because I'm like, I want to show the progress, but I'm very committed. So I'm like, no, we in a new chapter. We in a new era. No, I'm not gonna get these newsletters.
I get it. I can't. I ain't got time for that. What you do like 10 an hour or some shit? Like
no, it took me a minute, but I'm so dedicated. I wanted this project to just be like, boom. So I'm like, I took a couple like some of the marketing homies. They made a good point. They was like, you don't want to confuse your audience, and I'm like, okay. Now my picture, my mom and my dog, archive.
That's funny. That shit like that is so hard. Like, do I really want to archive this one? I love this picture. I look good. I just like the setting of it. Like,
oh my god, it was one. My hair was looking good. I was just looking good. I was like, do I really want to hide the bad bitch that I am? And I was like, okay, commit to the rollout. Commit. I did not take that picture down for like 3 days. My best friend called me. She was like, you said you was going to archive that picture 3 days ago.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. I thought about archiving shit, but I'm like, it's just too much.
Especially if you got a lot of stuff.
You have over 1,000 posts, nigga. It's over.
No, I had close to maybe, I don't know, like 200.
Oh, no.
And I got it down. Right now, I'm at like maybe 55, 65. And I'm like, how the hell did I do it? But I'm committed.
I might do that on my personal. I might do that. I might start archiving shit.
Just archive it. And that way, when you go to your archives on Instagram, if you want to bring it back, you can bring it back.
Yeah. You right. I usually delete though. But it's over, nigga. I ain't gonna see that shit no more. That's crazy though.
I wish Instagram would get a feature where you could rearrange your pictures so you don't have to archive them.
No, that's fact. Also, I'll be thinking about like, when you get older, like, there's no more like scrapbooks, like, family like shit like that. Like when we was kids and shit, like family portraits, like stuff. Like what are we gonna go through back to Instagram?
Yeah.
Like
Facebook.
Shit like that seems like shit like that can get lost forever.
It can, because it's on the cloud, it's on the digital. Like, and that just like,
that's crazy. I just thought about that now. I was like, man, there ain't no more like family portrait books like that.
I think what I'm gonna start doing, like, I'm gonna start taking photos and then going and it's gonna cost a little bit, but it's worth it. Like, going to print them, like a version of it out,
for sure,
so I can physically have it. Cause shoot,
can have a memory or something.
What if the internet go out? We screwed.
That's coming.
It's definitely coming.
That's coming.
I'm a little scared. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Appreciate you for pulling up.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Dope vibes, dope music. Congratulations on the whole rollout. You feel me? Godspeed out right now. No features, all 100% Nurd. Make sure y'all go stream that right now.
Yes.
Where they follow you at? Where they get your music?
NEOSOUL NURD Nielsen Nerd, and then NURD on all platforms. You can find me.
You already know it's your boy Bank at the Name, Straight Out Trunk Radio. Follow us SODTR _. Follow me personally, Bankhead _ the name. Straight Out Trunk Radio, Straight Out Trunk TV, StraightOutTrunk.com. Like, subscribe,
Like, share,
like, share, subscribe, all that shit. You feel me? Like, share, subscribe, share, comment, like, all that. Tell a friend, rise up, grind up, bless up.
Commit to you. Y'all been expanding. I love it.
Appreciate that. Thank you. Red Eye.
Every Monday.
We podding every Monday now. Yeah. Red Eye behind the cameras. We out this thing. Yes, sir.